Hello everyone, Akash here and I welcome you all to Dino tutorial series. And guys, in this video we are going to set up our server and we are also going to set up MongoDB for our project. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so what you have to do, first you have to come to this site mongodb.com. Okay, and we are going to use it for free. Okay, so get started for free. Now what we have to do here, we have to do all the registration process. Okay, so company name is optional. Here just do I'm learning MongoDB. Okay, um, email address. Okay, cool. Now we will click on get started for free. Okay, and here are the list of what we will get in our free cloud database. Okay, so here are the list of items. We are going to get one free cluster. So now what it will do, it will okay, we have to do some more configurations. Let's wait. Okay, so we are going to choose create a cluster starting at free. Okay, so now I am going to leave this configuration as it is and I will click on create cluster. Okay, bots 1 2 3. Okay, that's it. Okay, so now it is creating our cluster. It will take at least 1 to 3 minutes. Okay, so by the time it has also, like, it is showing a pop-up window for our help. Now what we can do, we can create our first database user. Okay, our cluster is getting created. Okay, so now let's create first database user. Okay, so database access, and here we can create our first database user. I will keep it simple. Okay, admin and password. Okay, add user. Okay, I will not be adding any second user for now. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to whitelist our IP address. Okay, the IP address from which we are going to access the database. Okay, here, over here. Okay, so here I am going to add my current IP address. Okay, cool. Now we can also load some sample data if we want. Okay, by just by clicking over here we can load some sample data, but the cluster is not yet created, so it will only be done once the cluster is created. Okay, now what we need to do, okay, so guys, that's it for now. Okay, so what we can do, we can just wait for the cluster to get created. Okay, so guys, as we can see, our cluster has been created. Okay, over here. Now what we can do, let's have a look at collections. Okay, so now let's click on load a sample data set. Okay, so I don't want any sample data set. We will add our own data. Okay, so here I will be giving the name of the database, users. Okay, and the collection name also users. Okay, create. Okay, so cool. As we can see over here, we have our database users. Okay, and we also have our collection. Okay, it is loading the documents, but now there are no documents. Okay, so guys, this is how we create database and collections. Okay, and let's have a look at how we, from where do we get the connection URL. Okay, so that we can connect our Dino, okay, using the Mongo client to Mongo DB. Okay, so over here, and from here we get this connection URL. Okay, from here, as we can see. Okay, so we will copy it later. Okay, now guys, let's have a look how we can set up a server. Okay, so for this video we are going to code these three files: server.ts, routes.ts, and mongodb.ts. Okay, so let me tell you one thing. Okay, so we are going to use a middleware framework for Dino's net server, that is Oak server. Okay, so we are going to use Oak server, and it also includes a router middleware. And The Oak server, it contains the class application class that wraps the server function from the HTTP package, okay, that I have showed you, okay, the HTTP standard module. And it has two methods, use and listen. And with the help of use method we can add middleware, and listen method is used to start the server and to process the request. Okay, so guys, let's get started with setting up the server. Okay, so first we need to import application. Okay, so let's have a look at application class once again. So it is a class that registers middleware via use method and then processes the inbound request using listen method. Okay, so now what we can do, we can instantiate it. Okay, const app is equals to new application. Okay, and now we can listen to the request and start the server at port 8000. Okay, now let's try running this. Dino Dinan run server.ts. Okay, and for those who do not know what is Dinan, I have already made a video on Dinan. It is a hot reloading module. With the help of we can hot reload. Okay, we do not have to run our program again and again like Nodemon that we were using in Node. Okay, so similar to Nodemon, it is a replacement for Nodemon in Dino. Okay, Dinan. Okay, so guys, now we got an error that there is no middleware to process request. Okay, so let's fix it. App.use. Okay, so here it will take context. Okay, and this context object has response. Okay, and now we can respond to the request. With a simple message, hello Dino. Okay, cool. Now our server started itself, and yeah, we need to give it a network permission. Okay, so let's quickly do this. Allow net. Okay, so we got over here server running on port 8000. Let's have a look. Okay, so I hope it's visible. Hello Dino. Okay, we got hello Dino. Now what we can do, now we can set up the routes. Okay, now we have to code this routes.ts. Okay, so as I've told you that this Oak framework, it also provides us with the router. Okay, so how we can get that router middleware similarly as we got application. Okay, now what we can do, we can instantiate it. Export default router. Okay, and now we can just respond to the request coming to our server. Okay, so let's use the get request first. Get, okay, and the request coming to the root, that is localhost 8000. Okay, and we have access to the context over here. And then what else? Actually guys, it's a context type, so we do not need this context over here. It's simply a context. Okay, so and this context object contains response and request, so we have to actually respond to the request. So response.body and the message. Okay, let's give it hello world this time. Okay, cool. Now what we have to do, now we simply need to use this router middleware. Okay, so how we can do that? We can do that with the help of, first we have to import it. Import routes. Okay, so now we can use that middleware over here. Okay, like routes router.routes. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, so now we can just respond to the request. Okay, okay, and here it will be router, okay, and now app dot use router dot allowed methods. Okay, so guys, now let's have a look at these middleware routes and allowed method. Okay, so what routes does is it returns a middleware, okay, that will do all the route processing that the router has been configured to handle. Okay, that we are going to configure over here, and the processing will be done with the help of this middleware. Okay, so now what allowed methods do is it handles the request for all the HTTP methods that we will be registering within the router. Okay, the HTTP methods such as get, post, put, delete. Okay, so cool. Now what we okay now what we can do, now we can just remove this code from here, because now this handling will be done with the help of this router. Okay, so I hope these things are clear to you all. Now okay, so we are handling the request, okay, um, over here, and we are also providing it with a response, and here we have used the middleware, and cool, as we can see our server is running on port 8000. Now let's have a look. Hello world. Okay, so we got hello world. Okay, so guys, this is it with server and routes, setting up server and routes. Now let's quickly add some code to this mongodb.ts. Okay. Okay, so guys, what we are going to use for connection is this DinoMongo. Okay, over here it is a third-party library. Okay, it is a MongoDB database driver developed for Dino. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to first import this Mongo client from this file path. Okay, let's quickly do this. Okay, now we will be getting, okay, now let's instantiate it. Client equals new Mongo client. Okay, now we have this method connect with URI. Okay, and here we need to pass our connection URL. Okay, like this. Now let's get the connection URI. Okay, from here. Okay, so this is our connection URL. Just copy it and just paste it over here. Okay, cool. Now what we need to do, first we need to give the password over here, and we need to provide the name of the database, and the name of our database was users. Okay, and client dot database. Okay, so we get our database over here. Okay, so guys, this is it for this video. Okay, so what we have learned, let's quickly recap. We have first created a free cluster, okay, from this site mongodb.com. Okay, then we have created the user, then we have whitelisted the IP address. Okay, then we have created a database and collection. Okay, then we have set up the server using this Oak framework. Okay, from which we get this application class and this router middleware. Okay, uh, this interface basically, and okay, we have done setting up our server and routes. Okay, and then we have added the configuration to this mongodb.ts file. Okay, so guys, this is it for this video. In the upcoming video we are going to use these all this setup, okay, to code the sign up API, okay, using MongoDB database. Okay, so we are going to use this code to get the collection, okay, that we have created users, and we will create APIs like sign up and login. Okay, and we will make the entry to the MongoDB database, and we will also fetch the data from our database. Okay, so guys, this is it, and I will catch you up all in the next video. Till then, thank you and stay tuned.